This is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Green Bay Packers. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Mariota now to throw on first down. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
It's a gain of 10.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Play action now. Mariota escaping and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Jeudy. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared, but I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Flush to his right, and that'll be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Bradley Chubb in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Open man, he completes it to Jeudy. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing, Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And he took that in one-handed. What a grab. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. From the gun, Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Goes back to Sutton. This time completes it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. To the air again, Mariota. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Good bounce-back drive right there. Through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he powers his way up past the 30.
With the handoff to Aaron.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
31. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Right there, 54.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. To throw is Mariota. He'll buy some time right. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Here's Mariota. getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Mariota eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Mariota to throw it this time. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Cortland Sutton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos will extend their lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
2nd and 10 at the 25.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Here we go, G. 53 at the mic. 53 at the mic side.
Throwing again. Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jones. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Deontay Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers are back within a score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
23 yards, the final tally.
1st down, Denver.
Throwing is Mariota. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. The two big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now he'll try to run with this. A quick throw caught out wide by Judy. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Marcus Mariota with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions, and they're a PAT from going up 21-7.
Yeah, very impressive the way that they've moved the football. Full command of their playbook, full command of the way they wanted to attack.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play. If we're watching
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Forced to the ground.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And the Broncos are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy there to make the grab. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10.
They can't hang with us. 54, right there, 54, Mike.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos will extend their lead. So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver's at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays. When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
To throw again, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Complete to number 84.
From 17 yards out. And the Broncos add on.
For the point after.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone. So give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
He gets it left side to Johnson. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The second half starts with a carry by Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Duke Dawson picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Number 53, 3. Come on, boy.
And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Brandon Powell with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Broncos turn that interception into a touchdown. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
That's the score. Broncos 49, Packers 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now a first down carry by Jones. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Malik Hooker. Past the 20.
You get nothing and like it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
For the point after.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Now Rodgers to try again after the pick 6. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones.
Rodgers pass.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
That's good.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Rodgers. Caught left side by Funchess. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. With it is Jackson. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10.
29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, It's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Down at the 39-yard line.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
56.
Back now at Lambeau. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, that's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He's brought down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively jars it free. No first down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. Not much there, only a yard.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Got a man open. It's Sutton. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
First down.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there, first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
On the pickup.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Broncos.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Mariota. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
First and goal.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. And they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
The ball carrier.
Only a yard on the pickup there, second and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
40-yard line.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10 at the 40. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now this time he'll look to throw. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
The Broncos first down.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 20! And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 45 yards.
And goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be Packer football.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Josiah DeGuara, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. down in the end zone. It's a safety.
Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. There were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Broncos 60.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos,